Welcome to Sports Ramble tonight. It's just the two of us. I don't know what to say. My name's Joe Silik. I'm joined by Corbin Rush, our host, Corbin Rush. He's back from his extravagant weekend in Tennessee.
It was a good
You want to tell
time.
us about that Titans game?
Nothing but disappointing, my man. So
Oof.
I go to watch the Tennessee Titans, right? We're having a great time to start the game. We get in there, living it up, and first quarter, we look fantastic. Finally, Derrick Henry's running the ball with some authority, and Trevor Lawrence, the Jags, shut down Travis Etienne. He doesn't look like he's doing too great, and then the next thing you know, we're down 33 to like 12. And I'm like, what happened? What happened?
And that's the problem is that I feel like the Titans are nothing when they play from behind because they can't just pound the rock to Derrick Henry because it just eats up too much time. But that's their whole offense, I think. I mean,
Yeah. They let me down a lot, and I'll tell you why. And it's because their offensive line has not been healthy all year. So we're really like suffering from a lack of like offensive line talent right now and starters. Like we're just not able to open up the holes for Henry like we usually do, and we're not able to give Tannehill the time to pass, even though he rarely does throw the ball well when he does have time to pass. But that's a whole
mm,
different thing. I'm not going to get onto the Tannehill hate right now. But when they do have the time, it makes his job a lot easier. But with him not having the time, Traylon Burks is out now. He had that nasty concussion against Philly. So it was rough to watch. You never want. We got to sit 10 rows back on the 50-yard line.
oh
Um,
man.
and you just hate to like. I mean, it's still an amazing experience, such a great time, but it really sucks that that's the way the game had to go. But that's all right. We're gonna bounce back this week. Gonna come
Going to
out there and
LA.
get a dub out there. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Herbert's nothing. Not worried about him at all. So I'm just kidding. That guy terrifies me. I think he's a top five quarterback in the NFL right now. But I don't know if you want to get into that list at this
That's a
moment.
whole nother thing, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
we can talk about it. Talk about it. First things first. Before I get too deep, I want to talk about losing an amazing coach, a great guy for college football, Mike Leach.
Absolutely.
Very sorry to hear about his passing. I mean, it
Yeah.
just can't imagine what he did for the sport. What an incredible coach! First,
Hmm.
developing the air raid offense, which is one of the predominant offenses in college football today. The unbelievable press interviews that this guy had, fantastic. I mean, something that will
Great.
forever be remembered. Absolutely, like hilarious guy, great sense of humor. You could tell he was loved by his players, by those around him, and it sucks. I mean, to lose anybody, but I can't imagine what those players are going through, and prayers and thoughts to the Leach family.
Yep. Absolutely.
But I mean, there was that press interview. He had like like a 3 minute conversation about in the Pac-12 which mascot was gonna go out there and which mascot would beat which mascot. I mean, it was hilarious. I mean, absolutely hilarious guy. So sucks for the college football world to lose someone like that. But
Yeah. The guy really did play by his own rules. He didn't care what anyone else thought. He just did what
no,
he thought was best, and it worked for him. He was a great
Mike.
guy.
Yep, Mike Leach was gonna Mike Leach.
Mike Leach is gonna Mike Leach.
There's a story about him that like he wanted to see if he could trick Oklahoma, or he was at Oklahoma. He wanted to see if he could trick when he was offensive coordinator at Oklahoma. He wanted to see if he could trick the Texas guys. So he made a player purposely drop a fake script, like 10 play script or whatever, for their offense. So that way they would take it and try to game plan for it, and they went down and got up 17-0 because of it, because the defensive coordinator was trying to game plan for a bunch of fake plays.
Oh
So
my goodness.
Mike Leach is gonna Mike Leach, man. And he left behind an amazing legacy and left his mark on college football forever. So,
Absolutely.
but what a guy! What an absolute
Yeah.
guy. So, but Joe, I know there are a couple things you wanted to get into too. So,
I mean, well, I mean, it's hard to kind of go to a positive note after talking about the tragic loss of Mike Leach, but
yeah,
trying to kind of get through the rest of the week because we are, we're celebrating his life, right? In
yeah,
college football, we got a lot of bowls coming up, a lot of good football coming up in the December swing here, moving into January. But
absolutely.
before we get on to football, I guess we should try to talk about this sneaky little PNC Championship coming up this weekend,
Yep.
where you have some of the best golfers walking the earth right now, playing with their loved ones in a fundraising, happy, great tournament. Smiles, laughs, fun, hilarious. Anytime John Daly's on the golf course,
It's a
it's a
good
meme.
time, buddy. It's a
It's a
great time.
meme. Let alone when he's with mini John Daly, his son, who is a phenomenal golfer.
He's Division 1 right now. He plays what, Florida State or something like that, or am I thinking
I
something
thought it
wrong?
was. I don't. Honestly, you know what? I should have looked that up and remembered what that was because I remember this being a whole topic last year. Because yes,
Yeah.
he is a D1 golfer and he
Mhm.
is top of his team.
Mhm.
He's one of the best in the country. Obviously,
Right.
because he's the son of John Daly, the best golfer. If John Daly gave a damn about his body, his mind, or anything
Or
else, if he
golf
just
in
gave
general.
it, yeah, if he just gave a damn about swinging a golf club a little bit more, he'd probably be the greatest golfer of all time.
That's pure
But
talent,
anywho,
man. John
it's
Daly. Wasn't he the longest driver on the PGA Tour for like 10 years? Something
the
crazy or something?
dude's like he gets so far back that like the club is like perpendicular to the ground, like all the way around his head. And he's like he's got the biggest beer gut I've ever seen in my life. And he can still somehow has the flexibility to get all the way back there and have all this unwinding power to get through the ball. It's phenomenal.
That guy's a
I was out there
stud, man.
barefoot, smoking a cig, hitting the ball off a beer can.
One of us.
Animal.
One of
One
us.
of
One
us.
of us.
An absolute animal. But you got that's he's not the only one in the show. You got Tiger and Charlie. Awesome to watch. Love watching them play golf. The goat
Absolutely.
and the future goat. It's we're very lucky to live in this great time. And then you have, I think Jordan Spieth's playing in this year with his dad. They're really looking
Yep.
forward to it. That's the first time they're playing this year. Justin Thomas is playing in it, so you're gonna have a lot of these guys from the match a couple weeks or last week playing on this. I mean, it's just a great time. Everyone loves watching, and this kind of gets everyone ready for the Florida swing,
Mhm.
the Florida leg of the tour coming up. So
I
it'll
know.
be
I'm
interesting.
excited. Getting into golf this past year, so I'm a little bit more into it than I have been in the past. So I'm excited to start watching too and keep a little bit more up with it. So I think it's going to be a great time. Is Tiger going to be playing on the tour this year? You think he's going to swing in through
He's
a
been playing
couple?
a couple majors. I think he's gonna try to
Yeah.
squeeze in a couple majors, but we
Okay.
can't expect much out of him. But it'll
Yeah.
be an interesting year from Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth, I think, and
Yeah.
Rory McIlroy.
I think it's going to be a good year for golf. At least from what you've told me. I mean, I'm getting all my golf information from you, Joe. So
Yeah,
I'm excited
all the
about it.
kind of players that I'm not crazy about all went to LIV, so we got a lot of good guys in PGA still, and I think that's gonna really show
Yeah.
this season.
Yeah. It's going to be good. But
Yeah,
so uh, moving on from golf, is that all we needed to cover there?
yeah,
Or
that's that. There's not much going on yet.
okay.
We're still warming up.
Perfect. So moving on from golf, I got to represent my boys. I got my Manning jersey on today. Gonna talk a little bit about the Capital One Orange Bowl, which is probably the orangest Orange Bowl of all time.
I think
My
it definitely
Tennessee
is.
Vols versus the Clemson Tigers. It's not looking good for me, Joe. It's not looking good for
It's
me.
it, I don't know what to tell you, dude. I my condolences
Oh.
already.
They just hit their stride. This is what sucks. Okay, being a Tennessee fan, right? We have the best year we've had in like freaking 24, 25 years since I've been born. 1997 was the last time we won an SEC championship, or the last Peyton Manning SEC championship game that he won was in 1997, December 6th, my birthday, 1997, the day I was born. And then they went on to win the national championship the year after that with T. Martin. So it's been since 1998, 1999, since Tennessee's been even good at football. And we have this amazing season. We got this amazing quarterback in Hendon Hooker. We got the wide receiver trio, maybe the most deadly wide receiver trio in college football with Jalen Hyatt and Cedric Tillman, Brew McCoy. Hendon Hooker tears his ACL. And my
Yep.
heart breaks. And I hate that for that guy. He was literally my second favorite UT quarterback of all time because he brought him back to prominence. The first quarterback that brought them really back to like what Tennessee football is. And
Mm.
then Jalen Hyatt wins the Blitnikoff Award, best receiver in college football. And I don't blame him, and I don't blame Cedric Tillman for what is happening because it is what it is with the college football playoff, which is why I'm so glad it's expanding because even though it's what 6 versus 9, I think is the game, it just doesn't matter as much because they're not in the playoff.
Yeah.
And so Cedric Tillman and Jalen Hyatt have elected to skip the bowl game and prepare for the NFL draft. Along with Hendon Hooker's torn his ACL, he will not be playing in this game. Right when we're hitting our stride, man. Like we
Isn't
have
Hooker
finally,
going for the draft too?
yeah. So Hooker's
Yeah.
gone, Hyatt's gone, Tillman's gone. At least we got Brew McCoy and Joe Milton.
Milton, dude. I think we'll
Strongest arm in
see.
college football. Strongest arm in college football. I'm not the most accurate, but we finally have it all together for 1 year. And bowl game rolls around, our biggest bowl game in the last 20 freaking years. And Hyatt's gone. We love you, Hyatt. I love you so much. I love you, Cedric Tillman. You guys are freaking amazing, like fantastic football players. I wish you had stuck around for this last game because we know Joe Milton's going to need all the help he can get. But y'all are gone, and I am sad. I mean, I'm not writing this off yet. I'm a true Tennessee fan. I'm going to hope until there's no hope left. And if we start losing by 20, I'm going to sit there and watch it all the way to the end. But
It is Clemson, though. So Clemson could throw this game away real easy.
That's true. Cade Klubnik's getting his first. I found out what happened. So they benched DJ in like the first quarter against North Carolina. So, there's a chance that like this is Cade Klubnik's first start in a bowl game. Big deal. So there could be a chance like hopefully he chokes. Cade Klubnik, you seem like a great guy.
I would say I kind of like him, but
I like you. You're better than DJ. I hope you do good in your career, but if you could really choke this one away from me, I would really appreciate it. I would love you forever. And that's all I got to say to you, Cade Klubnik. It looked like Clemson is probably going to hit their stride, though, coming in this game. And we just lost 3 of our 4, like, elite starting receiving quarterback core. I don't know. I'm scared. We're going to see how it goes.
Bowl games that aren't in the playoffs, do they really have that much like weight on your season next year? Because it's everyone, your season's over, right? You're playing in a bowl game. Ooh, it's like a condolence game at this point.
Which is why we need the playoff expansion.
Yes, we only have one more year after this one.
Yeah,
until we get to the promised land. But I don't know. We do have some good bowl games this year. I mean, it will be worth watching. Like little Christmas Eve action, not Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve action. I mean, we'll see.
Notre Dame, South Carolina. I think that's going to be another good one.
I think that's going to be a really good game.
I know it's not like a top 10 matchup or anything, but I think South Carolina is as hot as they've been in the past 10 years, and Notre Dame turned their season around.
After losing to Marshall,
After losing to Marshall, they've looked like a completely different team. I think that's going to be a really interesting game to watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll hold off on talking about the playoff games a little bit longer. We'll get a little bit closer to those before we talk about them today on this podcast. But I think that's all I got for college football right now, unless you have a game that you really want to break down.
No, I think that's about it for me because James, you didn't get a bowl game, but
yeah, which is again, I do not agree
bullshit.
With it. Yeah, that's crap.
But anywho, let's get to the NFL. Let's get to the NFL. That's what we really want to talk about, right?
That's what I'm here for. Except for unless it's Tennessee football.
So tonight it's Thursday night, right? Mm-hmm. Thursday night football just ended a handful of minutes ago, right before we started this. Thursday night football ended. The 49ers and Brock Purdy, they looked like the best team in football right now on that field tonight. That defense, number 1 defense in the country, no question. Mm-hmm. Brock Purdy, I don't know if Brock Purdy is just the hidden gem of a quarterback that he seems like he is, or if it's just because the amount of weapons on that team is insane.
Debo was hurt tonight. Debo didn't even play. Hurt.
And exactly. Samuel was hurt, but you have CMC back there. You got Kittle. Help me out here.
Brandon Ayuk.
Like, what? He could close his eyes and throw the ball, and someone's going to catch it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think the Seahawks, they started out hot this year, and they're kind of fading fast, I think.
Yeah, I think Geno Smith is still playing, he's playing good football for the most part.
Yeah.
He's just not playing at the MVP level. We thought he started off playing, out of his mind. Brock Purdy's a guy. And I know that's early to say. He's had, 3 NFL games? But he's a
2.
Guy. I don't care.
Yeah.
2 NFL games. He's a stud. He's accurate with the football. So the 49ers, this is exactly what their offense is based around. Their 49ers offense is based around running the football and making the easy throws. And that's what Jimmy
Mhm.
Garoppolo was great at. And we have this guy, Brock Purdy. And Trey Lance, I hope Trey Lance is able to come back because gruesome injury. He got he was going to be the starter for the season. Brock Purdy was third on the depth chart, Mr. Irrelevant, number 262, like last pick in the draft. But we'll get to that. I just want to say, like, what San Francisco thrives on is the structure that Shanahan has built there with his offense, with his system. Right now is not looking great for Trey Lance, and I'll tell you why. Even though they moved all like heaven and earth to get this guy in the draft, Trey Lance is an athlete who makes plays. The system is built around a guy who makes the easy throws.
Yeah, like a Jimmy G.
Like a Jimmy G. Jimmy G fits perfect with the system that Shanahan has built. Brock Purdy is a guy who fits extremely accurate in college. Extremely accurate.
Saban said he wasn't accurate enough.
It was just Brock Purdy is a guy who, unfortunately for Trey Lance, has come in as the started off third on the depth chart, got his chance, and is making the most of it because he does exactly what Shanahan wants the quarterback to do in his system. There's a reason that Shanahan wanted Mac Jones in the draft.
Mac Jones would have fit in that offense too.
Mac Jones would be an elite-looking quarterback if he had been drafted by the 49ers, but higher up said, oh my God, look at this guy, Trey Lance, the potential this guy has, the athlete, the playmaking ability, like an incredible player.
He's very like Lamar Jackson-esque.
Yeah, like he has the legs, he has a big arm, he can do everything. But
I watched him a lot in college when he was at North Dakota because being a JMU fan, they played each other every single year in the championship. He would demolish the field. Like he was everywhere. He's throwing the ball, he's running the ball. Touchdown. He's insane. But like you said, I don't think he fits in the 49ers offense very well. He fits great in like a Baltimore offense or
like a Cardinals offense, like something with
exactly. Yeah. Maybe even a Kansas City style offense. But those guys have franchise quarterbacks.
Guess what, Joe? I have something surprising for you.
Is this the Big D Dennis Pond joining us?
Is he making it halfway through the potty?
Halfway through?
Oh my, look at this guy! Look at this guy! Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, Dennis. Look at this guy. Oh my God.
What a classy feller. We were just talking about Brock Purdy and the 49ers.
You talking about him?
Him. He is him.
We're also talking about how we think Trey Lance might, and I hate to say it, I hope he comes back strong and I hope he gets another shot, but I'm worried that Trey Lance might have lost his starting spot to Brock Purdy because Brock Purdy is exactly exactly. That's exactly what we were saying.
It's almost like he was watching.
Imagine that.
Were you watching, Dennis?
Right. Anywho, but we don't need to talk about Trey Lance. He's not really
this guy.
He's not playing, so we don't need to talk about him too much. But this 49ers team, I think, is a serious Super Bowl contender.
Even with Brock Purdy.
Even especially with Brock Purdy. His accuracy in the pocket is insane.
More athletic than Jimmy
tonight, they looked better than any other team in the NFC.
That's not ridiculous to say.
Even the Eagles. They looked better than the Eagles tonight.
Pump the brakes.
Let's be real. Let's be real here. The overall talent of the roster the 49ers might be the best in the NFL. Period.
Corbin, when you were out, I don't know if you saw the pod. I'm sure you did because you actually watched the pod.
Shots fired.
I said Nate could run that offense with the weapons they have. So,
yes.
But
you also have Brock Purdy.
This isn't a knock on Brock Purdy. It's not a knock on Kyle Shanahan. It's a Kyle Shanahan offense. You remember back in the day, was it the 6th best single season, like regular season offense of all time? Where was the place Kyle Shanahan was last? Someone remind me.
I don't want to talk about
Atlanta Falcons.
The Falcons and the 6th best offense of all time. And all they really had was Julio Jones.
Yeah.
Like you could consider an outlandish weapon, right? Like Julio Jones. That was it.
I'm just saying the 49ers, Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel when he's healthy, and George Kittle. The defense that they have, I think overall they have the best roster in the NFL. Talent-wise, I think they have the best.
On paper best roster.
And it's going to be – but, again, neither one of these teams right now are one of these teams is proven in the playoffs. One of these quarterbacks, both of these quarterbacks are not proven in the playoffs, but one of these teams is proven in the playoffs. And that's the 49ers. We have not seen one of these coaches is proven in the playoffs. We have not seen anything from the playoffs by the Philadelphia Eagles yet. It's still yet to be tested. They look like the best team in the NFL right now. Their offense looks dynamic. Their defense looks stout. They have a run defense problem, but Jordan Davis is coming back.
They added key people to that defense to help the run defense. Like they found their weakness and then they hired accordingly. Instead, some of these guys, we need some guys in the secondary. Let's go hire a running back.
Right.
That's what Washington is famous for that shit. But
I think the main difference we have between Philadelphia and San Francisco is that Philly has a superstar at quarterback. And I'll say it. I don't care what anybody says. I think Jalen Hurts is a superstar at quarterback. So I think
rerun the tapes from Sunday. I said he's a superstar too.
You did. Yeah. You did as well. And I think all of us have been on that train. But Jalen Hurts is a superstar at quarterback. And right now the San Francisco 49ers have Mr. Irrelevant at quarterback. Not saying that that's a bad thing. The guy looks very capable. Looks like a guy. But
it's a huge point this season, though. This is a huge point this season, though, is you have all these quarterbacks. Beginning of the season, okay, who thought that Geno Smith was going to be come out the gate super hot? Who thought that Mike White was going to be the starting quarterback for the New York Jets?
Actually, I didn't think Zach was going to
perform in Washington. Okay, but I'm seeing all of these second string, third string quarterbacks, rookie quarterbacks, some of them are coming out of the gate and playing phenomenal. It's been a very hot topic this year you see the Tom Brady's and Aaron Rodgers, they suck this year. Somebody needs to take them out back and shoot them. All these rookie quarterbacks and young quarterbacks that are playing behind other players, they're cycling through. Billy Zappi. I mean, all these guys that sit behind Cooper Rush. I can keep
Cooper
going.
Rush was a big one, yeah.
All these second-string quarterbacks are winning games. They're coming out and winning games. So I don't know if the quarterback position is as high of a ticket item as it used to be. Like you have Jalen Hurts, a superstar who's winning games for the Eagles. But then you have Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, coming in and throwing probably one of the best games I've watched all season.
He absolutely destroyed Tom Brady.
And exactly. I don't think it's a huge hot take. I don't think it matters who you have at quarterback right now. I think your defense and your weapons matter more than anything else.
Hello? Okay. I think that's too hot. And I'll tell you why, Joe. And I disagree with you, and I respectfully disagree with you. Not so respectfully. I think your quarterback is going to matter a lot more when we get into playoff football because schemes change, mindset changes. That's the problem with regular season. And what is going on? What are you doing? Anyways, besides that, this is what happened with Peyton Manning. And I love Peyton Manning. I'm diehard Peyton Manning. And I think Peyton Manning is the greatest quarterback of all time, and I will die on that hill. I am going to murder this camera. What is happening right now? What is going on? This is the last time I buy anything off Amazon, I swear.
That's not true.
So that was
So anyways, you're going to lose me again here in about 3 seconds, apparently. But Peyton Manning was the greatest regular season quarterback of all time. All right. I'm just going to leave this off for right now. But Peyton Manning is the greatest regular season quarterback of all time. And without I think that he had his moments in the playoffs where he would choke it away. And that was he might have been the greatest regular season quarterback of all time. But when he played bad in the playoffs, they lost. And that's why I think the quarterback matters so much, because no matter how good you are during the regular season, no matter how good of you look like you're playing, when you get to playoff football, it's completely different. And
okay, but what about how this year, especially defense, it's been the NFL has become defense dominant, right? We're seeing a lot more low scoring games, a lot more just, I don't know what you're making that face for, Dennis. I'm right. We're seeing a lot more just 3 and outs on both sides of punt.
This year, I will say
games.
I will say this year, I feel like it's been more a defensive league.
This year.
That's
what I'm saying. This year.
trending in this direction though. Like,
No, the NFL has
can't
been
you?
trending in an
well, that's
offense.
like a perfect example, right? Who's a top 5 defense in the NFL? The Broncos. Who are what are they holding teams to? What's the average score?
10 points,
Like, yeah.
10 points. What are they scoring a game?
9, 7.
That's a whole nother thing.
It's
If
just
you don't have an
everything's
offense at all,
unbalanced right now. It's an off year. Literally, so for example, looking at the Thursday night schedule on Amazon Prime, beginning of the season, hyped up. Oh, there's going to be some great fucking games on Thursday night.
Trash.
Has
there's
there
like
even been
12
a good
quarters of
Thursday
football
night
without
game?
a touchdown.
Has there been a good Thursday night game yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, tonight was a good one.
Well,
There was
tonight,
a couple
and then
weeks
I would
ago.
say week 2, Chiefs Chargers was pretty good.
Chiefs Chargers was good. Yeah.
Last week, the Rams Raiders game was pretty good.
Rams are the comeback
Only
Baker
because of Baker.
Yeah.
because of the story.
If Baker Mayfield wasn't there, that wouldn't have been a good game because no one's like Matt Stafford puts up 17 points and has a
Yeah.
game-winning drive. Like,
But this is what Joe was saying. This year it could be a little different because defense has been the story this year. I think, and I agree with that too.
I'm just saying the whole league is off kilter right now.
Yeah, but I think that saying that quarterback is not as much of a high ticket item, I think that's preposterous.
Extremely hot take.
Extremely hot take.
I'm just saying it's just not. I think
Number
you
one
can
commodity.
you have different options. You don't have to have your franchise quarterback to go win a Super Bowl right now.
No, you do. That's
No,
hot
you
take.
don't.
Can we do something real quick? Because I think that's really hot. I think we need to talk more about that in depth on Sunday because I want to see how all these quarterbacks play on Sunday. I think it'd be good to break down because we also have a big game in the Bills and Dolphins, and I really want to see how those two quarterbacks play in that game because I'm really interested to see if Tua can play against an elite.
He was hurt,
defense.
isn't he?
No, Tua's not hurt. He's going to play.
Was he full participant today?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty
I know
sure.
he wasn't earlier in the week. He's on my fantasy roster.
So you're aware. But here's what I want to. I want to do right now. Who are your top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL? And I'll go first because I think my list is a little different.
I think mine's different too.
But I'm gonna go just today, top 5 today, like in a snapshot. Patrick Mahomes at 1, Joe Burrow at 2, Justin Herbert at 3, Josh Allen at 4, and at 5, I'll be honest, I feel like there's a big drop off between the top 4.
Not Jalen Hurts.
I think Jalen Hurts is at 5, and I know that's extremely controversial to say, but I need to see more from Jalen Hurts in the playoffs. I think he's a superstar.
You literally just said today, snapshot.
Yeah, okay. Snapshot today, I think Jalen Hurts is 4, Josh Allen 5. And I stand behind that. I have not seen the Josh
Me
Allen.
and Joe both like.
Listen,
Wait,
Josh Allen.
Controversial. My list is controversial.
Go for it. I want to hear Dennis's list. Go for it.
Okay.
Let's just keep going through it.
I got Joe Shiesty at 1. Him, Mr. Him himself. You know what I'm saying? Cool Joe. The Shiesty.
Did you?
Does that work?
What the heck?
How did he just do that?
Dennis, what did you
How
gave
did
a
he just
thumbs
do
up
that?
and all right, anyways,
That's
go
crazy.
ahead. Go ahead. That was wild. But go ahead.
So I got Joe Shiesty, Mr. Cool himself at 1. What is happening?
I don't know. My camera messed up and now we got thumbs just
No,
going
it's a reaction thing, dude. You can
Oh,
go to
okay.
reactions and do it. See?
Oh, okay. All right, anyways, okay, go ahead, Dennis. So Joe Burrow 1.
I got Joe Burrow 1. It's pretty easy to me. Like,
I think that's controversial, but okay.
it's pretty easy. The way he's winning games right now, like the team wants to play for him. We've been over this.
Yeah.
Maybe not on the pod, but we've been over this. Like everybody on the defensive players want to play for Joe Shiesty.
Let's get to 2, Dennis. Let's get to 2.
All right. I got Patty. I got Patty at 2.
Okay.
Snapshot today. I got Hurts at 3.
Okay.
I got Josh Allen at 4. I think he is struggling without Dable.
I think so too. That's why I had him at 5.
But like the raw talent is there, and like
It's
he's still performing. It's not like he's a bottom 5 quarterback now.
Yeah, that's why he's still in your top 5. That's still the top 5
Yeah.
best quarterbacks in the NFL. Like
Controversial snapshot. I was gonna say something way out of pocket. I was gonna go with Kirk Chains.
oh my lord.
But I
Okay,
think
I mean that's
no, no. I think I'm gonna take Herbie.
I was gonna say, how do you keep Justin Herbert out of your top 5 after what he did to the
I wanted to
Dolphins?
say it just to be controversial.
I mean, there's takes that are good because they're controversial, and sometimes being different just to be different doesn't
That's what
work
it
out.
was.
That is, yeah. All right, I want to hear Joe's, and then I want to defend my Josh Allen at 5. I don't think that's too controversial, but
wait. Let me just real quick before Joe goes. So yes, I got Patty at 2. I got Hurts at 3. I think Hurts is the MVP favorite right now.
Yeah,
yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
No, but that kind of that's what I'm saying. Hurts is my number 1 quarterback in the league right now, and I mean, he's a dog. I don't care. What
Number 1 athlete, you could say that, and I wouldn't be mad.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Now, I mean,
quarterback
because this list is
let Joe.
There's 4 quarterbacks that we all agree on in the top 5: Hurts, Mahomes, Allen, Burrow. Right?
Mm-hmm.
We all agree on that. But that's that 5th spot. I think it's tripping us all up, or not 5th spot, but like 5th quarterback in the thing.
Who was your?
I had Herbert at 3.
Do you guys think
the 5th?
I know, Joe. Give me your 2 through. Give me your 5th. Give me your 5th.
My
Joe.
5th. I'm gonna go out on a wild take and say Justin Fields.
Whoa!
No, that's.
I don't think that's crazy. And I'll tell you why.
The only thing that's holding me back on that, realistically, is that he's on a freaking like pitch count with running the ball because his legs are too tired. And I mean, I think that they allowed him to be mobile. It's given him so much more options. It's given him the defense is struggling, trying to protect what's going on with him being a mobile quarterback now in that offense. It's very interesting, but that's what I'm gonna go with.
I don't think that's crazy to say, Joe, and I'm telling you why, because I was not high on Justin Fields coming out of the draft. I was like, this is another Ohio State quarterback.
I liked him.
He's going to be a failure in the NFL. This guy is a whiff. He's a mistake. Do not take this guy. And now I'm watching him play. He is playing with like guys off the practice squad from his college team. Not even Ohio State, probably like Minnesota. And these guys are getting no separation. They can't catch the ball. He has no offensive line protection, almost no running game. Justin Fields is the offense for the Chicago Bears, and their defense can't even. Chicago's known for defense. Their defense can't get it done either. This guy's putting up 29 points a game on offense, and he's a dog. He's playing like one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I don't think that him at number 5. I mean, him at number 5 is a little ridiculous, but I don't think him at top 10 is insane to say. I wouldn't say Justin Fields in the top 10 is a crazy take. And I don't know. I don't hate it. I think 5 is high, very high. But with what he's working with, if you look at everything he's having to do, I don't think that's insane to say. I don't think Justin Fields in the top 10 is insane to say. I will say at 5 is high, but I don't think in the top 10 is insane to say.
I'm with Corbin. When you said 5, I was like, okay, it's a little toasty take. You know what I'm saying?
It can't be the normal.
It's not outlandish.
Yeah.
No.
Top 10, easy.
Well, I mean,
the things
who
he's
the fuck
doing
isn't in the top 10. Realistically, that should be
22 starting quarterbacks.
Okay, but name. Okay, go ahead. Why don't we name fucking all 32 quarterbacks? You can't, because half of them are someone that we've probably only heard of once or twice before because they're irrelevant.
That's true.
I'm saying, do you guys really think Brock Purdy was going to be a starting quarterback in the NFL this year? No. I mean, this year's been a roulette of quarterbacks across the Baker Mayfield being a starting quarterback in Carolina to LA.
No, I'm changing my number 5. It's no longer Herbie. It's Jared motherfucking Goff.
No.
Oh my lord. Dennis, he's playing good, but come on.
No.
It's not the team. There. He has Amon-Ra St. Brown. I mean, he has
Jared Goff looked like when he did that little prank on that college.
He's been playing great. I'm not saying he hasn't been playing great, but over Herbert.
Okay, he's top 12. He's top 12. Easy. You can't debate it.
Jared Goff is top 10. I would say he's in the top 10. He's playing like a top 10 quarterback, but I don't think he's.
Wait, but the thing is, had you told me, 3 months ago, 4 months ago, Jared Goff was a top 15 quarterback in the NFL,
I would have thought you were insane.
You'd ask me
I'd say he's top 10.
He's top 10. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
But can I get to why I have Josh Allen at 5?
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, please.
I think you're
Because-
wrong, but
Listen,
You're
the
also
reason
wrong.
the reason I have Josh Allen at 5 and I have Herbert at 3 and Hurts at 4. I think that's hear me out. Herbert does more with less. Allen has Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis, and now
Does
he has
more with less.
all season. Right now, we're just now seeing him with his starting receivers. Just now, we're just now getting him.
Before
He was throwing to
last week-
parking lot
okay,
guys.
Stop. Before last week, he's barely a top 10 guy, and I'm sorry, but that's the truth.
He's been throwing to parking lot guys. Have you watched any of his games?
Okay, so
Those
you're
guys
suffering
can't catch a
recency
ball.
bias. You're suffering.
I'm suffering. I watched the guy play. I'm saying I watched this
He's got
guy
his
hit guys
top 2
on the
guys
run in the
back,
hand.
and now he looks really, really good.
Yes, because he was throwing to guys who could not catch the ball. Like he
So
was
he's
hitting
like
guys in their
around
hands
10-9, like
with parking lot guys.
with your average Joes, for lack of a better term.
These
Like-
guys could not catch the ball. I watched him hit guys in stride in
care.
their hands, and they could not catch the ball.
I don't care.
You can't throw it and catch it. He can only throw the ball perfectly.
Marcus Mariota did it in the playoffs for a touchdown.
Marcus Mariota just left the Falcons, so
Up and left, dipped on him.
he just
But no,
walked out the front door.
I think Herbert has been held back by what he's had around him this year. I think Hurts has one of the best receiving cores in the NFL with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith and Miles Sanders in that running game. And I think that Josh Allen has Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis. He has a running game now. They haven't been great, but he has Dawson Knox. He has pieces around him, and without Dable, he hasn't lived up to what he's capable of, and he hasn't been performing to what he lost to the Jets.
So
Like, he beat the
And
Jets.
the
this
Eagles
past
lost
weekend,
to
but he
Washington. What's your
he
point?
He
No,
lost
this
to Zach
literally goes
Wilson and the
back to
Jets.
What I
Like,
was saying about Dable.
we got less than
no,
a minute,
I agree,
boys.
but I'm just saying that like we'll continue this conversation on Sunday. I think it's a good one. We put a pin in it. But I think anything else, we will definitely make this up. Finish this conversation on Sunday. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Click that notification bell. Check us out. Our next drop will be Sunday evening. Make sure you're looking for that one. All right. Thanks, guys.